The Weed of the Week is brought to you by Mandaco.
For lower costs and higher production, Mandaco leads with versatility unmatched. Twister is the vertical tillage unit for no-till as well as conventional tillage. See your Mandaco dealer. Visit northcountrymarketing.biz or call 877-915-8790.
Our Weed of the Week is perhaps a winter wheat farmer's worst nightmare. It is Downy Brome.
Well, when we think about the brome species, a lot of the grass killers in wheat and cereals really don't touch them, Brian. They might ding them up a little bit or hold them back for just a little while, but they don't completely take them out.
Well, you know, I remember this is quite a few years ago now when I was dealing with some farmers who were raising winter wheat, and they were just complaining up and down about cheatgrass, and they were referring to Downy Brome. It's a winter annual, and that's why it's such a problem in winter crops like winter wheat. And there was just nothing much that they could do. But then Maverick came out, and then Olympus came out, and now we've got PowerFlex, and also we have products like Everest 2.0 and Prepare that have activity on Downy Brome too. So we've got several different options. We want to talk about what could be the right thing for you.
Well, the challenge, Brian, with all those products is they've got carryover. You know, when you look at Maverick, for example, if you use Maverick out on your wheat, you're stuck planting wheat for quite a while.
You are, but that's the very best thing in Downy Brome. So if you are in a continuous wheat or a wheat fallow situation, Maverick is probably the product of choice. Olympus is maybe just a little bit behind it, not too far in terms of weed control, but it's got less carryover, and I know that's the thing when Olympus came out. They said, well, we have less carryover than Maverick. Well, you know what? It still carries over. So unless you're in a continuous wheat or a wheat fallow situation, I still don't recommend Olympus either. Now, it might work in certain situations, especially low pH where it doesn't carry over quite as much, but I get worried about carryover with anything. So then PowerFlex came out a couple of years ago, and there's also Gold Sky that would contain PowerFlex that can be used in the spring. But anyway, PowerFlex has definitely less carryover, less residual than what Olympus and Maverick do. It's not quite as good a product as Maverick on cheatgrass, but it's pretty close.
All right, well, you know, if you're in a situation where you can rotate other crops into your rotation, wow, that's the way to go. You know, if you can rotate Roundup Ready soybeans in, Roundup just wipes this stuff out like
well, it does,
crazy.
but you might still have the seed in the ground. It comes up in the fall, you seed your winter wheat, what are you gonna do? So a lot of people now are turning to a complete pre-emerge like Prepare that's got the same active ingredient as Everest 2.0. We like putting some Prepare down because then you've saved your PowerFlex or your Maverick for later on in the fall. And if the cheatgrass doesn't happen to come up in the fall, like last year, a lot of it didn't come up in the fall, you can spray that in the spring. It's just we really want you to do as much as you can in the fall. You'll get a lot better control than if you try to stop this thing in the spring.
One last thing, Brian, is the toughest thing about Downy Brome is it comes in the driest areas of our country. And I realize you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money till you know you're going to have a halfway decent crop, and it's going to cost $10 to control this weed. But spend the $10, because if you don't, weed control is so critical when you're dry. You already don't have enough moisture. You can't afford to have a weed like Downy Brome in your field.
Well, that's it for our Weed of the Week, but stay tuned. Iron Talk is coming up next.